Well, hello. I'm going to test myself. Roll the intro and I'll explain. Hi, welcome to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Langers and I am the Scruffy Trader. No shock looking at me then, is there? Not exactly polished, am I? Although I'll probably polish the top of my head at the moment. But what I am trying to do is put trading in the real world. Maybe show you a trick or two along the way. That sounds good? Please click the little subscribe button. Genuinely helps. And we'll crack on. So how am I actually putting trading in the real world today? Well, after having various conversations with the guys in the Telegram and some of the emails that I get, there seems to be a common thread of trying to grow small accounts. Now, I've done it before. Last year before Christmas, I took a £200 account and I grew it up, and you saw me where it fed me a pie for the day, and then it bought me a TV and private plate, and it ended up buying a new computer system. All right, I had to top it up a little bit because what I wanted was quite expensive, but here, this is it. And that is all from a very small £200 account. Now, I know some of the biggest stumbling blocks that new traders have is trying to overcome the fear of money. And money's the root of all evil, as the old saying goes. And in trading, it definitely is. Because in the beginning, you treat it with zero respect. And because you have zero respect, you don't follow your processes fully. And therefore, you're in a constant cycle of catastrophe. Because you'll gain a little bit and you think you're master of the universe. And then you give it back. So all you're really doing is chasing this. That's right. Unicorns. They are beautiful and they're a wonderful fantasy. But that is all they are. A fantasy. You know, the reality of trading is normally this. Oh, talking of reality, this is my best reality.
Coffee.
Coffee. Because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. He loves his Winky though. He really does. Is that right? Are you going to be nice to me?
I'm always nice. I brought you a coffee.
All right, that's all right. I was going to have a moment there. Actually, I think I will.
Well, hello. Ding dong.
Sorry. See, the thing with trading is, and as I was trying to allude there, as I was rudely interrupted. Well, not rudely interrupted. She can interrupt me anytime she likes. When it comes to the money, there's the belief that you're going to turn this small amount into a massive amount very quickly. And it's kind of the way the industry is marketed. And you'll see me bang on about it a lot. It's not that simple. You know, you see these.
You ding dong!
Okay. If that was the case, there'd be a lot of millionaires about, but there's not. Trading is a professional career. It takes time to learn, time to understand. But more importantly, you have to respect it. And it's the respect part that is difficult. So what I'm going to do is try and spend the next few months growing a small account, warts and all. You know, it's nice to see my normal day-to-day wage. But I only look for a couple £100 a day. And that comes from 1 to 2 trades, you know. And some days it's spectacular and other days it's, let's just say it's not. But the process that I go through every day is identical. I don't chop and change what I do. I always go zone to zone, and I look for certain criteria. And if the markets don't fulfill that, I just don't trade. It's as simple as that.
Isn't that logical?
And that's what makes me consistent. And it's how I grew the small account last year, because I didn't take chances. I waited. And when you've got a small account, it's that waiting that's the problem. Because you're itching. You want to be in. You need to be in. You have to press the button. But that's the easy bit. The hard part is the waiting and the homework. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up a little chart in front of you. Show you the groundwork of how I am going to trade this. And I will trade it and build it up in front of you. Okay. So let's have a look. The first thing we're going to be doing, when I move this over, I'll just get my computer screen up and running. There we go. Is I'm going to be using the same sort of sheets you see me use all the time. We are going to start it with £200. That's it. Okay. And I've funded a live account, and I'll show you the funding in a second. Because I'm going to go on to the chart and I'm going to show you how I build up a watch list. Now, what we're also looking to do is build up a very, very simple sheet. Now, this here, as we go through it day to day and week to week and month to month, because it takes a long time. I was asked today, how long did it take me to build my trading pot to a livable wage? It took me 3 years. It's not something that happens overnight, you know? And I like to think I know what I'm doing, you know. So when they say it can be done in a month, good luck with that one. Anyway, what will this tell us? Well, it's just a running total of everything. It's going to tell me what my next bid size is. It's going to give me a 1% target per day. Now on a small balance, that is relatively easy, because as you can see here, the day target, if I want 1%, is 8 pips. £2. All right, not a lot. Okay, so that's nice and simple, and that is built up from this compounder, which basically means I'm going to be compounding the stake, not the overall total. And I'll be working my way into this to work out what kind of reward we want. Now, to take £200, I'm not going to necessarily set a goal on this at the moment, because I don't know how long this is going to last. I'll just put a nominal target in. I use these all the time. And we'll just say it's £2,000, what we're looking to essentially change the £200 into. You know. So tenfold return. That's good by anybody's standards. And what it's based on, we're going to be basing it on 10 pips a day. So it's minimum of 1 trade a day, 10 pips a day. So if I can get 10 pips a day, this is how this is going to work. And the whole idea is, as that increases, the goal time will decrease, because I'm going to be increasing the bid size. So if I can get it up to £1, it's going to take me 187 days, therefore, to get £2,000. And it's not unrealistic, all right? And that's the key thing. And it comes back to what I was saying about respect. Keep it realistic. You know, don't go in saying I'm going to get 100 to 200 pips a day, because it ain't happening. You know, I'm going to be working on what I call a hybrid. In other words, all the entries will be based on day trades, but I'm going to try and keep so much of them running into swing trades, and we'll see all these positions build up through time, and hopefully we'll get a decent figure. But this is the sheet you'll kind of be looking at most of the time. I use them every day. I have one for each of my accounts, and they help me keep what I'm doing grounded. Okay. So how am I going to build up my charts? Well, I start with a blank canvas, shall we say. So what I'm going to build here is a little watch list based on products that I can potentially trade with £200. Now, it's going to be tight. It really is. So what I'll be looking for, and I'll show you, is a margin below 200. Okay. So this one we can't trade. Let's have a look at the FTSE. We can trade the FTSE. So that's good. I know we can't trade the DAX because it's an expensive market, as is the US tech. Can we get away with the S&P? It's going to be tight. I'll put it on, but it's probably something in about a week's time, unless I see something perfect. Reason being, because it has 195 margin in it, the second it goes against me, there'll be a margin call. If I can see something that is momentum push and it'll just go straight through, grab 5 or 10 ticks and then get out, I may use that. However, it's going to be hard work. Okay, and I know the rest of them are expensive. The only one is possibly the CAC. No, it's still too expensive. Okay, so we've got a little bit of indices. So let's have a look, see what we can have in Forex. Now we go down to 50p a pip, 229, so not quite there yet with that. The euro, well, we're going to add that on because it's £201. A little bit like the S&P. When a little bit of money's banked, then it'll become available. But we'll have it there so we can watch it. So look at the US CAD. No, not yet. US JPY, crowd favorite. Yes, we can do something with that. Aussie dollar. Might be a bit keen. Yeah. Euro pound. 146. So we can definitely do something with that. I think the euro yen might be a bit tight. It's not far out, so that might come up later on. US chef. Or the Swissy, depending on what you want to call it. Euro Swiss. No. Okay. Now the rest of the markets in Forex are quite expensive. So there's no real point looking at them. Show you for why. It's like pound JPY. So you're looking at 480. I'm going to need quite a bit of money to get into these. And also the spreads are a little bit bigger. So let's have a look at some commodities. Oil. Now oil is quite a shifting market. 145, so we can trade oil. Natural gas. Not quite. Carbon emissions. That's a good market. Carbon emissions. Gold is quite cheap. One. And I think that might do us for now. So I've got a basket of markets that I can trade. So what I'll do is I'll make myself up a little window so I can now start keeping an eye on these products. Like so. And this will evolve into kind of the window of the world that you see me trade normally. But at the moment, I have to rely on what's in front of me. And why? Because it's the only products that I can afford to trade at this moment in time. So let us tidy this up and start seeing what we've got to play with. Nice and simple. Happy, happy days. And that's it. Ready to kind of rock. I now have a basket of 8 products that I can choose from. As time goes on, I'll take some out, put them in, but I'll explain what I'm doing as I'm going. And at least one of these should be able to give me 5-10 ticks a day, and I'll compound it and compound it and compound it, and I'll keep a running total of what I'm doing. Can't really be any fairer than that. Okay, so you got any queries, comments, what have you, drop them in the comment section below rather. Obviously I haven't had the coffee. I need the coffee. And we'll do this together, and I'll build it in front of you. And then just finally, let me just put my little hidey hole on so that you can't see my account numbers, because I do have a little bit of privacy. That was the test run today. There we go. So live account. I do have a bunch of accounts that I use, but this one is called the challenge, which is here, history challenge, and that is there, funded at £200. I made it absolutely 200, and that's it. Can't be any fairer than that, guys. So I will start this tomorrow, starting on the 10th of February, and we'll run it, I don't know, say to my birthday, April the 15th.
No way!
So that'll be the target point where we'll review it, but I'll do little videos as and when, periodically, and you'll see where we are, what we're up to, and basically show you that it is possible to grow £200 into something, and we'll see it warts and all. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Wish me luck, and as always, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.